Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this week's section of reads. These readings should be on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Other than that, let's go ahead get into the reading you chose. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? Is that the 10 of Wands? That's good. 10 of Cups, too. Thinking it out, trying to make the right choice. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. There's this path going forward where you could take one road or the other, more than likely. The more likely road is also not the best road, which is funny because it looks very... Every one of them? Every one of them. Okay. I just keep looking at where this is going and I'm like, this could be a difficult one. Not in the sense of like things going bad, but like the choice that takes you where you want to be isn't as appealing. So let's get further down the thing. I'm over the whole argument thing. Okay, I'm over the whole argument thing. I keep getting that. I'm over the whole argument thing. I keep getting that. I don't even want to argue about it anymore. I get that over and over and over again. I'm not into working it out. I'm not into talking it out. I feel like we don't get anywhere with it. It just goes in circles and I'm over it. It just stagnates there. I just feel like I don't want to argue about it anymore. It doesn't seem to be changing. I feel like I keep just backing out of the conversation, or I just keep walking away from the conversation. I'm not looking to create more discord with it. I actually feel like people are getting along. You're getting along with whoever this may be. But I don't like how it's going. I don't want to argue about it anymore. I just keep getting like that. And it's like, I don't feel like we're having screaming matches, but I feel like your opinion and whoever you're dealing with, it's just not in the same place. And I'm just like, I don't want to argue about it anymore. You feel how you feel. You're very stable with how you feel. It just doesn't seem like it's really making a dent on the other side. Especially you got the King of Pentacles on the other side. The King of Pentacles feels the way the King of Pentacles feels. And I feel like I know that, but you also feel the way you feel, and you're not changing either for good reason. I would say for good reason. There's a reason you're feeling the way you're feeling. You're just kind of like, no, this has to go a different way. And you've been trying to think of other ways to handle it. It's just not been working. It's not been showing any type of relief. And I even feel like I'm working within the confines of the King of Pentacles on this. I'm trying to organize how I'm handling it. I'm trying to get along, and you are getting along, but it's ultimately at the current moment not working to your advantage. Yet it's kind of like it's still working. It's just not working the way I want it to work. I feel like I'm hiding my true feelings here. I'm showing what I feel like I need to show for the situation. There's 2 cards here. Okay. Change is showing up when change shows up. Change is showing up when change is showing up. What is that? Swords? Or is that water? I think that's water. My brain is just not making it. It goes fire, earth, air, water, the way it goes through the zodiac. So number 4 is water. 4 is is also coming up on that. So that's the card we just had right here. Still having a hard time getting out of this. Change is coming. It's coming in when it wants to come in. And I even feel like even when change is coming, I'm just like, I'm not feeling super confident about it. I'm feeling like it looks like change is coming, but I don't really believe it. A new beginning is showing up here. Maybe it's a new beginning that, like, okay, change is happening, but that's not where I wanted it. That's not how I wanted that to happen. It's almost like, you know, I want a different car, and then all of a sudden you don't have a car. And it's like, wait, I said I wanted a different car. I didn't say I didn't want a car. It's kind of like, I don't want this car. Maybe that's what this started off with. Like, I don't want this car, and then all of a sudden you don't have a car. Like, wait. I meant I wanted a different car. That's, I feel like, how this was said. I don't want this car. Okay, then you don't have a car. Wait, no, I mean I wanted a different car. Well, you should have said it that way. Okay. That's how this is going. Kind of like I wanted a different car and I just ended up without a car. That's how this keeps feeling. Does it say knowledge? Yep. Knowledge and new beginnings. This new beginning, it doesn't feel right when it starts, but then I feel like, well, all right, this isn't working. And I feel like this is why we're using the car analogy. I don't like this car. All right, then you don't have a car. Wait, no, I need a car. All right, well, you have to get something else now because that one's gone. All right, let me find what I want. This is where the tricky part comes in, which I was alluring. I was kind of going towards in the beginning. Justice comes in. Change is here. Change, it does seem like it happens. It feels more like somebody else forced it. It feels like somebody from the outside forced it. You didn't want to argue about it anymore. You were getting along. Then change comes in, and then, okay, now we have to do things differently. Justice comes in. Justice can be a very diplomatic card. It's kind of like there's some trade and barter going on here. The trick is to not to trade and barter what means the most to you out from under you. This is weird. This is not working. Which isn't my favorite card in a tarot deck is the Sun card. You can try to get exactly what you want and move it forward exactly the way you feel like it should go. And that's hard to not do. Like, why would you not do that? I'm like, that's gonna be a temporary advantage. It won't stick. That's the problem. If you go this direction, it would make sense why you would go that direction. It won't stick. It won't stick. That's the problem. There's another possibility here. What am I working with? So, like, if I'm sharing a car with somebody else, or maybe you're in a marriage or whatever's going on, and you're not going to be the only one using the car, or there's going to be other things you need. It's kind of like, I really want that two-door race car looking thing. Okay, that's great. And you get that, but it's not going to stick because it's like, yeah, but we need your help with this and this and this and this, and there's no room in that car. We all want to go together, and there's 5 of us, but we can't all fit in your little car, so we're going to have to take somebody else's car. We want to move this stuff here, move this stuff there, but you have that little car. You can't really help us with that, so we're not going to invite you. It's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. It seemed like a good idea. It's what I wanted, but it's not serving my practical purpose. So it's kind of like, instead of going for what I want, what I feel like should happen, let me see what's going to serve me long run. How can I stay connected with the situation and get what I want out of the situation and still get what I want at the same time? So it's like, all right, that little small car with the 2 doors looks fun, but let me see. Actually, there's this, what do you call those things? SUVs. It's a smaller SUV. I kind of like it. It's technically 2 doors, but they open up to like another row of seats behind me, and there is the back hatch, so I could still do this. Or like, it's kind of like I found something different, or maybe I found like one of those little, I don't know what you call those things, hatchback thingies, whatever that is. Okay, there's an option here. I can do something different. I can work through this, and I can choose something that I still like, but is more practical for my applications. It's weird because I feel like when the door opens and I can have what I want, it's like, well, why don't I just have what I want? It will only work for a short period. But if I kind of step back and like, oh, I can have whatever I want, wait a minute. Okay, I can have whatever I want, but what do I need? And it's like bringing it back to like, wait, what are my long-term plans? Where do I long-term want this to take me? And does this get me where I want to go long-term? It's kind of like stepping back and resetting the clock a little bit. This can go very well for you. If you slow down, for some reason that kind of throws somebody else off. This isn't for other people to choose. This is for you to choose. That energy that you didn't want to argue with, I feel like this moment going forward is not, it's not for you to barter with them. It's for you to see your long-term goals and make decisions, long-term goals for you. You may consider them, but it's not for them to choose, if that makes sense. You may consider them, but it's not for them to choose. Because I'm getting they're supposed to be on the outside on this one. It'll be fine. It'll work out. As long as you look long-term out there where you want to be and make your choice accordingly. Again, it's not for them to choose. You can consider them, but if you bring them into the thought process, I feel like we're going to end up in that argument territory again that you didn't want to be in. By you making that choice and you doing the long-term thing, you're going to get where you want to be. You got joy and grace. You got things kind of working forward in your... they're going to be in your favor. There's going to be a moment where like, oh, I really wanted that little car. And you're going to have those moments where, oh, I really wish I got that little car. But you're going to also have those moments where you're like, I'm glad I chose this other thing, this little hatchback thing. Because I have this, I can take everybody. Because I have this, I can be included in that. Because I have this, I can be of service to this, and I can be a part of something I really want to be a part of. So it's gonna be a balance of those moments. The Hanged Man is kind of like, I feel like every now and then I'm like, oh, I really wanted that little car. And every now and then you're going to have those moments. But you're also going to have the balancing moments where I'm glad I chose this instead of that little car because of this. I'm glad I chose this instead of that little car because of that. It's going to be a back and forth mental game for a while. Ultimately, it does work in your favor. I don't know why you're messing with yourself, but I keep getting that you're messing with yourself. I don't know why that's happening. I feel like over time you're going to realize that you made the right choice. It's going to work out, and you're going to see, Laura, I would have missed out on a lot of things if I made that one choice. Because I worked through it and looked at my long-term goals, it actually served me long-term, and I actually got more use out of the situation than I thought I would have, than I normally would have. I don't know why you have to mess with yourself. I keep getting that you're messing with yourself. I don't know why you keep doing that. It keeps coming back. I'm missing something with it. Why? Okay, so let's just... 4 of Pentacles, letting it go, and the Justice card. Like, I could have had whatever I wanted, and I chose this. I keep feeling that come back. I keep reliving that moment. Like, I could have had whatever I wanted, and I chose this, and it's not as fun as that other one would have been. But I also feel like it keeps coming back around, too, where it's like I'm getting the benefit out of what I did choose if I chose the more practical option, is what I keep getting. So it ping-pongs back and forth until I make peace with it, until I ultimately feel like, you know what, I'm glad I made this choice. Until I make peace with the choice, it does ping-pong back and forth in my head. But it was, and it does long-term, it will serve you by working out the more practical choice. It does serve you. And down the road, you will be thankful you did. You do seem to mess with yourself halfway down the road, though. Until like you get about halfway down, then you're like, you know what? No, I made the right choice. No, I did what was right for me. I don't know if there's like some type of social influence here. There could be. I don't know. I'm going to let it go. Hopefully that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.